So welcome back to another video with the White Pioneers. Today it's relatively warm morning here in Sunbright, Tennessee, up on the Cumberland plateau. We've had some rain and some pretty nice warm days, so we decided that while we were out checking our game cameras, we'd forage for some mushrooms. And what a haul. We'll start over here at this side. This particular mushroom here, I'm not 100% sure about, so we're not going to eat it. Everything we researched says Satan's bullet, which is pretty toxic and cause some pretty dastardly abdominal stuff, diarrhea and everything else, and nobody likes that. This one here is a scarlet bullet. Word of caution, I guess, disclaimer here. You need to be careful when you're cutting through mushrooms and you cut them vertically like this. If they turn immediately blue, then probably a good idea to stay away. But the scarlet bullet is one that you can eat, and when I say that, I'll show you immediately it's turning blue. However, the scarlet bullet is one that you can eat. Blue like that, the general rule of thumb is to stay away from that mushroom.
Yeah.
But there are a few species of bullet that you can eat, this being one of them. We're going to cook these. We don't ever eat our wild mushrooms raw. No. We're going to cook those, and some mushrooms you can cook the toxicity out of it. Always, always, always do your research. Always do your research. Don't take my word for it. You know, do your research on mushrooms. These are what they call two-colored bullets. These are perfectly safe. Another good meaty mushroom. You can see there's some good meat to those. Evidenced by this here.
Yep.
So here's the
gill.
pores.
It almost looks like
it's a spongy kind of bottom. There'll be a spongy bottom. They won't be gilled. You won't see the gills underneath. It looks like a sponge. Next one on the table is the lilac bullet. It's a very nice fleshy mushroom as well. Pretty firm. You want to get these when they're relatively young, because the firmer they are, the better they are. So
the older they get, they tend to start developing this.
Yeah, we'll like start getting in here and cutting this stuff out here. But outside of that,
it's almost like a root rot.
So lilac bullets. These are what they call a king bullet. Another big mushroom, edible. Grows in the southeast down here. I mean, everybody's favorite here. These are shiitakes.
Yep.
Found these at the base of oak trees or on oak trees, in and around oak trees. The shiitake. Very good mushroom to cook with. This belongs back here with these. This is a ornate stalked bullet. Pretty big mushroom here.
Yeah,
we've never eaten these. It says they're edible. It says that they're edible, but they're like not the choicest mushroom. They kind of have a bitter taste.
Yeah.
Again, not sure what they'll taste like if you cook them. But this is highly sought after. I'm really going to be looking for this now that we found it here. This is what they call hen of the woods, or a maitake polypore, if I'm saying that right. But you'll see these at the base of oak trees. Again, it likes an oak environment. There is no known poisonous look-alike to this mushroom. So if you see this guy sitting on the side of an oak tree like that right there, you just take your knife and get down in behind it and cut that off and take it home with you. These are what we call crown tip coral, or what they call crown tip coral. We find this stuff here in and around we have an area of our property that's down by the creek that is a pretty coniferous part of the property. Lots of hemlocks and jack pine and white pine, and stuff like that. A few cedar trees here or there. But yeah, the crown tip coral, they're pretty good. It's almost got like a, what would you say, like a crab flavor, right?
Yeah,
It's almost like a seafoody kind of. It almost tastes like the imitation crab that you get.
Yeah.
Or the lobster, the imitation lobster, stick things that you get. It has kind of that flavor.
Yeah.
That in half, and there you go. See how quick that turned blue? This is what we do with that. We try to conserve everything down here, so we just let them go. This is a gray. This is a gray bullet. And when you want to try to, like this, I didn't cut these, but like this part of the stem here, this part, oh, I just dropped it. Yeah, well, it's the bottom of the stalk. Like here, you want to cut the mushroom high enough out of the ground to leave that in the ground.
And you can plant
so
more.
it will then come back year after year. This one here is kind of not choice.